What's up, guys? It's Lewis with Monkey Paw Page, Monkey Paw Toys. I have two amazing people. I have London and Eric from Night of the Bastard came out of all days, Friday the 13th. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I love that. But yes, it was. I loved it. What's up, guys?
Hey, hi, Lewis. It's nice to
Hey,
be
Lewis.
here.
Good to see you.
Hello from California, Los Angeles.
I'm from San Diego and miss it. Oh my god, you're so lucky. So, okay, so I gotta say, I watched the movie before it came out. I fucking loved it. It was.
Ah, one of us, one of us, one of us, one of us.
Yes, yes. I loved it so much. So I just thought it was Eric. What inspires your film?
Well, London and I have a past together. We've made a few projects. We did a project called Brutal Realty Inc. and it played at a festival in Las Vegas. And on the way home, we were driving through the California desert very late at night. And we had some issues, and we had to stop off in a sort of a sketchy area. And I can't tell you exactly what we saw, but if you see Night of the Bastard, you have an idea of what inspired that movie, what you find out there in the desert.
Yeah,
All
Lewis,
right.
they say write what you know. And we're writing from a very spooky experience we had out in the desert. Don't take a detour in the desert because we're lucky to be here to tell this story.
We had our own personal Night of the Bastard.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So I gotta ask, was this like a dream come true? Like getting this on film so the whole world could see your idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like when you're trying to develop a low budget film, you have to go with your inspiration and then you have to go with what you have to work with. We don't have Steven Spielberg money, we don't have Avatar money, so we have to use our creativity and our resources to tell a story that fits within our budget. And Night of the Bastard is a combination of all those things, right, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was no comfort to the making of this movie. Everyone involved, we lived the Night of the Bastard. Everyone was out there in the desert for a couple weeks, dealing with the heat, dealing with the weather. There was no going home to our friends and family and pets. It was horror summer camp.
So
You know
I
what? It
feel.
started, Lewis, I got to interrupt you. It started as horror summer camp, and that's kind of how we sold it to the cast and crew, but it turned into a fucking war zone. It
Yeah.
was very, very, very brutal.
We went to
So
war.
I gotta ask, what was it like to work on this film? Night of the Bastard.
What was it
Well,
like to work on the film?
Yeah.
We're lucky to be here to tell you about it.
it was insanity. First off, we shot in one of the hottest places on Earth in August.
Oh my
So
god.
California desert in August, we're talking even at night when the sun goes down, it's still 110 degrees. You've got impromptu sandstorms, flash floods, not to mention all these sketchy characters lurking around out there.
Mhm.
We had an arson, we had a house across the street suddenly went up in flames,
Jesus.
and there was an active serial killer on the loose. London, tell him about the serial killer.
Yeah, if I think you touched on this with Henry and Hannah, but we found out while we were there that Wonder Valley, where we were shooting, had been a serial killer's dumping ground, and they had found 6 bodies over the last 2 years, the Wonder Valley serial killer, as he was
Oh
called.
my God.
And while we were there for the 2 weeks, a body was found adjacent to where we were shooting. And so nobody could leave the set unless they were escorted. And so everybody had like a second set of eyes or a third set of eyes, 360, to make sure that we were safe. But then after we left, we heard that the neighbors had called the woman that we had rented the set from and said that they had seen people in cars and blacked out cars watching us while we were shooting the film. I don't know if they were fans or TMZ, but usually in the desert, if things seem sketchy, they are sketchy.
That had to be just scary as fuck, right?
Yeah. So when you're watching the film and you look out into that darkness, just know that there is a real serial killer out there probably watching us.
That probably, I hate to say it, but probably helps the film, right?
It
Yeah, I
definitely
think
adds to the lore of the film, if not curses the film.
Yeah, the film was wrapped on a Friday the 13th. You know, it was released on a Friday the 13th. If you are a superstitious person, this movie may not be for you. We can't be held liable if this movie curses the people who watch it.
Oh my God. Okay, so London, what
It's too late for you, Lewis. It's too late. You've already watched it. You're cursed.
Everyone else, you've been warned.
I'll take the curse. I'm good with that. So, London, what obstacles do you face when you take a role like the one day of the pastor?
The obstacles I faced doing that role. Well, Eric and I both wore so many hats during this production. So not only was I acting in the film, I was also the executive producer and the boots on the ground day-to-day producer. I was the prop master. I was the set medic. I was the costume designer. So when another actor might be rehearsing their lines and working on a scene, I might be ironing costumes or steaming costumes or getting people's wardrobe ready for the day. So my day was a 24-hour cycle of preparing everybody for the shoot that night.
Oh,
and then I would have to just step in and act. And also as a set medic in temperatures that high, we had a lot of heat stroke. We had 5 people go down from heat stroke. We had, obviously, from all the action in the film, you can imagine we had cuts and bruises. I actually broke my shoulder during the filming of the movie, but I didn't know it until later. My adrenaline was so high that we just kept doing takes and doing the fight scenes. And I paid the price later on, realizing that I had hurt myself. So the challenge is, I would say the acting was the easiest thing. Everything else that had to be taken care of as well was the difficult and distracting stuff. But I think it also gave it immediacy. Is that a word? Immediacy to my performance. Is that it just had to be done right here, right now. Take it or leave it. We wanted to create a sense of like really heightened realism. So everybody is screaming during the movie to create kind of a panicky, disruptive vibe. It's not a laid-back, nuanced movie. It is a very in-your-face punk rock DIY sort of experience where you're just thrust into a alternate world, and you're welcome to shut the movie off at any time. But if you can hang in there, we hope to deliver on that intensity.
It was very intense. I'm very impressed by it. So, Eric, now you have the background, are you want to take a break? Or do you have something else you want to work on?
No breaks. We are rolling right into the next one. Night of the Bastard is just part one of what we call our snuff trilogy. So
Okay.
you can see we develop a theme in Night of the Bastard where these people they film, they videotape their horrific crimes, and we're going to continue with that theme into a couple more films we have planned.
So I wanted to ask, since your movie came out, this is a bit of a spoiler. What do you do with the videotape?
Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
oh, thank you for asking. Wow, Lewis.
That's good.
Yeah,
But
you are watching.
that's what you have to wait and see. That is our
Yes,
tie-in to the next two films.
I love it.
yes.
I love it. So, Eric, do you ever want to be not just behind the camera, but in front of it?
I have no interest of being in front of the camera. Even being on Zoom makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah?
He's a lot less awkward than he portrays himself. Eric was a lead singer in a band. He can't be that shy.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Well,
right? Eric, Mr. Shy Guy, was the lead singer in a band.
it's true, but I learned I'm better at this. I should be holding the camera, not in front of it.
Okay, so
He's
this
very
is,
humble.
this is geared at both of you. So, did you have a favorite part from filming Night of the Bastard? Or like a favorite scene?
Well,
Eric, I've never heard you actually answer that. I'd love to hear yours.
yeah, I have a favorite scene for two reasons. I don't want to, no spoilers, but the very last scene of the movie is my favorite scene. From the second we started working on the script, I always visioned that ending in my head.
Okay.
Not only because it's just this epic grand ending that I've always wanted to pull off, but because in reality it was the very last shot we filmed and it was so good to finally be done.
Okay.
I
Who
I
are you?
I can't argue with that. I think for me personally, it was maybe some of the scenes. I mean, I love all my co-stars, and this was definitely on an ensemble piece where we all had to mesh together and support and trust each other. But I loved working with the turtle. I loved working with Marlena the turtle. That I have a connection with nature and with animals, or at least I feel I do. I'm not like Beastmaster or anything, but I love animals, and so being able to incorporate a turtle into the movie, and I was the turtle wrangler, and so I had to clean Marlena's cage every day. Marlena is a female turtle playing a male turtle, just for the record. So being able to spend time with the I'm not a reptile guy, so it was just really cool to have that element in it and know that we're working with a living creature besides just another actor, another human. And I didn't realize until I saw the footage how expressive Marlena the turtle was.
Wow.
Because it's almost animatronic in a way. Like when I turn a certain way, she would turn a certain way. You'll see it in the film. We didn't have days and weeks to film these turtle scenes. They were one take, just like everything else. And
yeah.
We just got so lucky to have such a magical relationship with this turtle that she was able to, I don't know what, Eric, be directed. How did all that stuff happen? Watch the turtle in the film. She's expressive. She responds to stimuli.
Yeah, there's no animal trainer or wrangler. That turtle was a consummate professional. In fact, she has an agent now.
Yeah, she won't take my calls now. So go figure. She's a big star now. And I'm gonna blow your mind right now just because I see the poster in Eric's office right there. Let's go ahead and give Lewis the scoop on the poster. Let's tell him about the turtle on the poster. because you
So
can
if you
point
look
to
at
it right there.
if you watch the film and you look at the poster, you can find all the characters. You've got your cult members, you've got our leads, you've got our priestess. But that flame right above her, that is in the shape of a turtle.
That's Marlin
Really?
right there. Yeah, that's our tribute to Marlin.
Oh,
You're the first person that you just got scooped on that.
wow. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
we've told nobody that. Only
You're
the
the first one
artist.
to know. World
First one
premiere,
to know.
inside
Yes.
scoop.
Yeah,
Secrets of the bastard revealed.
I love it. Holy
You
shit.
got it, Lewis.
It's so great. Oh, thank you. Okay, so it's learning. Was this a new role for you? And how was it to prepare for this?
Well, it was a role that I was cast in strictly for financial reasons. I was free. My
Right?
services were provided for free. This is a low budget movie. Everybody works for peanuts. I was less than peanuts. I was free. I was available, and I mean, I'm joking. I've got a little bit of acting experience, but this role was created for me in a way that I could connect to it quickly, since there wasn't going to be a lot of time. There was no acting coach on set. There was no dialect coach. There was no time to sit and think about your process and your motivations. It was just something that I could be helping fix a piece of equipment over here and then say action and jump into the role, because it was something I could relate to, being a loner and a misanthrope. I spend a lot of time by myself. I'm a bit of a lone wolf. I do have an artistic side, obviously, and I do have a very, very deep-seated, I guess I have some anger issues, and I was able to put that all immediately into a character without having to do a lot of work for it. Does that make sense? It was kind of custom made for my personality. But the only preparation I had, because we were so busy preparing the movie, that I shut all the air conditioning off in my house for the month prior to shooting to acclimate and condition my body for the elements, for the temperatures we were going to hit, because the locals in that area who I was trying to rent equipment from warned us, and they would not rent to us. They said, it's the hottest time of the year. You city slickers may die. So they stopped renting equipment, and that was like, oh shit. Okay, that's a warning. I'm going to listen to that. We're still going to do the movie.
Yeah.
We're still going to do the movie. But with that sort of information, I just was like, well, let's give myself, the best chance to survive this thing and to start acclimating myself to it doesn't get that hot here in LA, but I mean, it's the high 90s. And for somebody who lives in air conditioning, it was fucking brutal for the couple weeks. But then it still was no preparation for what it was really like when we hit that desert. Those first scenes with me in the desert during the daytime was 135 degrees. My boots melted off twice.
Oh,
The soles of my boots just peeled off.
Jesus. Oh my God. That's brutal.
But we were having fun. I mean,
I
I
bet.
waited my whole life to make this movie. This was a dream come true, and dreams usually take a lot of dreams that are important, take a lot of struggle and a lot of sacrifice.
Yes. So this is aimed at both of you both. So what advice would you give somebody trying to break into either acting, filmmaking, directing, writing, anything? What advice would you
Instantly, the best advice I could give is don't wait for it to come to you, because it's not going to happen. You've got to go out there. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to make your own movie. You've got to find your own roles. Don't sit around and wait for the phone to ring, because it's not going to happen. Yeah, you have to pave your own path.
Absolutely. Be ready to pave your own path and be ready to pay your own path. The only way that Erik and I could see this movie through with all of our crazy ideas and the crazy stuff that happens in the movie was to finance it ourselves. Because anytime that you accept help or money from anybody, they're going to have a say in things. And if they're not completely on the same page with you, you're going to have to make compromises. Night of the Bastard, 100% non-apologetic. It's everything that we wanted to do in the movie, for better or worse. This movie is not for everybody. This is a, kind of a blanket warning, but it is a true, unfiltered vision of what Erik and I wanted to bring to the screen.
Well, as I said before, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I think the point that I was hooked was when you woke up in the desert. I was like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Just passes out outside, wakes up, you see your dead, and then you think your character is just this blurry guy by himself, and that night you meet the campers, and you're just like, get the fuck out of here. And
That's right.
I was like, wow, and the whole 180 from everything I just saw, he's like, what the fuck, go away. I hate people.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that having that peace of mind. And if you live out in the desert, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And it's not only to protect Reed, but it's also to protect other people from Reed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Like Reed is conscientious enough to know that he's not a good person. The only way that he can live is by himself, because he may be a threat to other people. And so sometimes it's like the werewolf who chains himself inside of a room on the full moon because he knows he doesn't want to hurt anybody.
That's a perfect example. Awesome. Okay, so Erik, if you ever need an extra, I got you. I'm there for you.
Lewis.
All right, Lewis, are you ready to get chopped up in a horror film?
I will do it. I can. I've been preparing for this forever. Of course. I can.
And
you know what you're getting into, Lewis.
Yes. Yes.
Here's one thing no one realizes. When you're covered in sticky fake blood out in the desert, you're also covered in ants.
Oh, shit. Okay, so Erik, did you pick Friday the 13th on purpose to release Night of the Bastard?
Did we pick it on purpose? I think Friday the 13th chose us.
That's exactly. There was some stuff that is fated. Lewis, free will, fate, curses, some things just kind of fall into this fateful sort of trajectory that we don't have any control over.
Yeah, it all happened for a reason. Every single night on this film we thought was our last night. So the fact that we actually finished it, even though it was on Friday the 13th, maybe it was fortuitous. That's our lucky number now.
Yeah. So either we broke the curse by having a release on a Friday the 13th, or we doubled down on the curse. And Erik has already received a death threat, so I'm thinking we double down on it. I think more crazy shit is in store the more people watch this movie. I hope they pick at the movie. I hope there's people out in front. It's playing in where's it playing on Wednesday? It's playing in Iowa City on Wednesday, and I hope people are out protesting the movie. I don't know. It's crazy. It's very exciting.
I think it adds like the extra to the movie. Like, come on, you're right. Friday 13th. It came out Friday 13th. That's awesome as hell.
Well, you met with Henry and Hannah, and
Yeah.
I don't know if Hannah told you, but she's a witch. And
No.
she's our occult consultant on the film, and we use somebody legitimately involved in the occult to choreograph those rituals. So those rituals aren't just made up on the fly and
Wow.
just a bunch of people doing some aerobics out in the desert. That stuff and the hand signs, and perhaps we fucked around with the occult and found out.
Hey,
Maybe we did open the Necronomicon and actually read it.
oh my
It's
god.
spooky. Yeah.
I did not know that, but that's fucking amazing.
That we think the same. Hopefully it doesn't, we haven't opened up another fucking portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had to ask both of you, is there anything you guys both collect?
Sorry, I missed that.
Do you collect anything? Like do you collect comic books? Still?
Oh, do we collect stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, tell them about your collection.
So I have one answer. I'm a fanatical collector of horror movie soundtracks on vinyl.
Nice.
Yes, movie scores. Huge inspiration to me. I listen to them while I work, while I write, while I edit. And I've got quite the collection.
What's your favorite?
Anything by John Carpenter.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Obvious. It's John Carpenter's birthday today. Woo!
Happy birthday, John Carpenter.
Happy birthday, John Carpenter.
Yes. Okay, what about you, London?
Wow. Well, I have a little house here in Los Angeles, and I have had to construct little storage areas outside of my house on the patio for all my physical media. Between VHS, between DVDs, between records, cassettes. I have cassettes from when I was a teenager. I just can't seem to throw. Am I admitting that I'm a hoarder? It's possible. So my house inside looks kind of stripped down and very 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 empty. But outside in these sheds, you open them up and the stuff almost falls on top of you. I still buy DVDs and Blu-rays, and I have old Fangorias from 30 years ago. Horror movie stuff makes me feel good in its presence. I don't know if maybe it's the same thing with comics. If you're in a room with comics, I feel calm. And so being around my stuff gives me a sense of ease, and it kind of breaks away the reality of the stressful world.
All right, that's awesome. So before we sign off, is there anything you both want to add to let people know?
I want to say that the launch this weekend for Night of the Bastard has been a blast. Seems to have been very successful, and we're so appreciative of people like you, Lewis, and the people that we've spoke to the last couple of weeks about the film. This was a movie made by freaks for freaks, and if you responded to it, we feel that it's not just me and Erik doing our weird little thing together, that actually we've created some connections with people, and it's really, really moving, and it's really, really touching. And we want to say thank you from the bottom of our black little hearts. We appreciate you guys so much. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, Night of the Bastard is not your disposable tastemaker bullshit. It is like what we said. It's a movie made by freaks for freaks. If you watch it, if you love it or you hate it, let us know.
Yeah,
we love to connect with fans.
Yeah, everybody's got something to say, positive or negative, and we appreciate people putting eyes on the film, even if they fucking hate it. Fine, let us know why you hated it. And if you loved it, boy, that makes the world feel a lot less disconnected. Makes you feel that there's hope for weirdos like us.
Yeah. If you loved it, we'll make another one for you. If you hate it, come work on the next one with us and let us know what we're doing wrong.
Yeah. Doors open.
Nice. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure with both Eric and London. Night the Pastor. Oh no. See it. Video on demand. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Lewis.
Thank you, Lewis.